This is Ben Petty with BCLUW High School. We've had a couple days of Apple training to start off the fall 2010 school year, and this tutorial will deal with one of the new learnings that I had on how you could take text from a PDF file and add that to iTunes. Now, you might have a variety of reasons for doing so. Perhaps you have a struggling reader who can hear the words being spoken then as they read the article. A student who has this in their iTunes could save it to an MP3 player such as an iPod and listen to it, which you might be surprised if you can allow students to take in information that way. You might be surprised at what students would be interested in listening to. So I'm going to open up my PDF file, and this is one called The Creativity Crisis. It's an article that was in Newsweek in July 2010. We read this as a staff a few days ago, and I'm going to scroll down to a section that I thought was kind of important should be important to an administrator or a teacher. Deals a little bit with the maybe some misconceptions on where and when creativity should be taught in our classrooms. So I'm going to go ahead and just highlight a couple paragraphs that I think are important. And again, you may ask students to listen to this information for a variety of reasons. Maybe it'll help them some with vocabulary, or again, just makes it very mobile. They can take it anywhere with them. I've got these two paragraphs highlighted, and I'm going to secondary click, which I have my trackpad set up to do, or you can control click. And at the bottom, I see add to iTunes as a spoken track. So I'm going to click on that and give it a second here. Go ahead and pull up my iTunes, and it should come up under the playlist. And there it is. So under playlist, I have spoken text. And if you have quite a few of these, you're certainly going to want to label them. So I'm just going to call this one Creativity for right now. And let's see what it sounds like. I'll go ahead and play it and then go back to the text.
Overwhelmed by curriculum standards, American teachers warn there's no room in the day for a creativity class. Kids are fortunate if they get an art class once or twice a week. But to scientists, this is a non sequitur, born out of what University of Georgia's Mark Runco calls art bias. The age-old belief that the arts have a special claim to creativity is unfounded. When scholars gave creativity tasks to both engineering majors and music majors, their scores laid down on an identical spectrum, with the same high averages and standard deviations. Inside their brains, the same thing was happening. Ideas were being generated and evaluated on the fly. Researchers say creativity should be taken out of the art room and put into homeroom. The argument that we can't teach creativity because kids already have too much to learn is a false trade-off. Creativity isn't about freedom from concrete facts. Rather, fact-finding and deep research are vital stages in the creative process. Scholars argue that current curriculum standards can still be met if taught in a different way.
So again, I can listen to it as I read it, and the playback, we've been told, gets better and better with each version of the Mac operating system. Still slightly robotic, but seems to do a pretty nice job.